Coming up this week on Buyer's Guide, a long-time Honda Accord owner weighing up whether to keep his impeccably maintained executive or make the move to something newer.
We also break down 3 popular diesel SUVs to see which one offers the best long-term value.
And later, a Western Cape dad searching for a reliable farm-to-school SUV.
Hello and welcome to Buyer's Guide. Every week, we help you make smarter motoring decisions, from choosing your next car to keeping your current one running smoothly. Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome, Leon Loyson and Jack Dixon. Nice to have you guys in studio with us.
Now, Leon, you are from Bidwest, McCarthy and Melrose. And Jack, you're from Nelspruit.
I'm from Nelspruit, yes.
You came all the way from Nelspruit?
All the way from Nelspruit. Part
And
of the Motors dealership, that's it.
You got a Motors dealer there, and then you sell what?
So I'm the Tata salesperson, but we have 4 other brands in the dealership, namely Renault, Kia, Mitsubishi, and Hyundai.
So I'm glad you remembered those, because otherwise you'd be in trouble.
Yeah, you'd be in trouble
What do we
when we get
sell?
back to Nelspruit.
And you got Tata, and Tata's back in the country. It's interesting to know.
Okay, we
Good.
start with Gary, who owns a beautifully maintained 2008 Honda Accord 2.4 Executive with just 135,000 kilometers on the clock. The car has just undergone a full fluid service and there are no issues, but he wants to know how long will parts remain available, is it time to sell, and if he does sell, what new non-turbo small cars around the 500,000 Rand mark should he look at?
Okay, Leon, 500,000 Rand nowadays, I say to you, sell me a car that's non-turbocharged. Now, you've got a whole bunch in your brand.
Well,
what would non-turbocharged 500,000 Rand car, what are you going to sell?
in my brand, it's turbo.
They're all turbo. That's a problem.
Pretty much turbo. The one that we have is on the Nissan X-Trail. It's going to be a bit too expensive
Yeah.
for that kind of price, unless you go for a second-hand one. And it's a lovely car.
That's the problem with the
Japanese
X-Trail. It's too
segment.
expensive.
It's too expensive. That's one of the major things. 812,000 for the top of the range. So you can imagine, for that kind of money.
I think the account.
Hold on, the guy said new small car options.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm just saying in terms of what I sell.
Oh, okay.
Question.
Yeah.
But in that kind of a non-turbo, you're looking at your Corolla Cross, but that's high risk again.
Yes.
You're looking at your Suzuki Franks, you're looking at your top of the range Franks, you're looking
Vitara.
at your Grand
Suzuki
Vitara,
Vitara.
those kinds of vehicles, non-turbo, 1500cc, But it's unfortunately it's boring. It's a boring car to drive. It's not exciting.
A good option. Oh, sorry.
Gary
Sorry,
is
go for
going
it,
from a
Julie.
Honda Accord.
Sorry.
Hey,
He ain't
What's your
going
good
to
option,
anything
Jack?
exciting.
you know what they say about their car? It's boring, reliable. Yeah.
You wanted to say, Jack?
Now, I wanted to say a good option would be Kia Sonet, the 1.5 non-turbo.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good
They
idea.
actually start from under 400,000, so that's actually
Yeah, it's not a bad car.
It's
What,
not.
where I would pointing towards as well is obviously a fan of Hondas. HRV.
Yeah.
You look at an HRV Honda. Now you may not get a brand new one because I think they're closer to the
Pretty expensive.
550 somewhere.
Yeah.
Close.
Yeah.
Most probably, if you walked into a Honda dealership and you get the new HRV, is really fully kitted with everything that you can want.
True.
The biggest problem with it is it only comes with a 1.5.
Yeah.
It's not the most powerful car.
True.
But not everybody wants a big, powerful turbocharged car. If you're doing a lot of city driving and stuff like that, you may want something that's bulletproof reliable, which he's had with his Honda.
Yeah.
And you want something with maybe a bit more space, whatever. You don't care. You one of those drivers that drives along the highway doing 110. You're not one of these people doing 160 on the highway. You're not a windgat.
You know
Just drive
something,
around.
Adam?
HRV would be, for me,
He should just get himself
Beautiful.
a Honda Accord 2.4 Executive.
well, he's got one.
Oh, he's got one. Okay.
Yeah, he's got one. No, another one.
Let him
Yeah.
keep.
Maybe you should just, like you said, don't get rid of it.
Yeah, you should just keep that.
Yeah.
Keep
Yeah.
it.
Fantastic.
But I mean,
cars.
I would see the appeal with getting a brand new car as well, the
Yeah.
peace of mind of having a service plan, peace of mind of
Yeah.
warranty, especially like I mentioned on the Sonnet. The Sonnet comes with like
Yeah.
an unlimited mileage
With great
warranty
options
as
as
well.
well.
So
And you
I
make-
would understand.
You make a good point.
Yeah, I would understand actually the appeal of looking at a brand new car.
So we're all saying keep the car,
Yeah.
or if you want to buy something, we're giving you a couple of options. So we're going to move on next to Angelo, and he's shopping for his next SUV, and he's torn between 3 diesel favorites: the Ford Kuga 2-liter TDCi, the Honda iX35 diesel, and the Volkswagen Tiguan diesel. He's planning to keep it long term. So which one is the most reliable and cheapest to run? Leon, 3 good, I think, good diesel SUVs. Where would you put your money?
It's difficult. I mean, I think all of them have got their reliability.
Yeah.
Great brands. I just think the Koreans seem to hit the nail on the head for longevity and
Yep.
my experience. A lot of mates from my squash club, they seem to have all bought cars around about the same kind of time, and these oaks are still driving these cars like 10, 15 years later.
Yeah.
And they can only sing the praises of that brand.
Yeah.
Where the other brands, we mentioned the Chinese brands before, those guys have still have to earn their stripes. For those kinds of cars going through a couple of cycles, a couple of different
Proven
brands.
stuff, yeah.
Proven stuff, yeah. So I would probably go with the Korean, but I mean, I've also had experience with the Tiguan,
Yeah,
the German side. I haven't had a lot of experience with Ford, but I don't think it's going to be painted in the same brush as the previous Cougar saga that they had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's you don't even think about it with the other one that caught fire.
Yeah.
Jack, your opinion on those three cars?
I would also agree, easily go for the iX35.
Yeah.
Very reliable, you know what you're getting, you know it's something you can push long term. Hands down, iX35
Yeah.
will go.
For
He's saying he's buying these cars, but he doesn't tell us new or brand new.
Well,
what
you can't
year,
buy them
what
anymore,
kind of a
so-
year.
You can't buy them in
Buy them
budget as
on new
well.
anymore.
Yeah.
So and how many kilometers on each.
Sure.
He's going to look at all of that.
True.
I'd go Korean, yes. If all of them had the same mileage, it would be the Hyundai,
So
definitely.
for me, I would buy the Cougar, and I'll tell you why. The Cougar's got a very reliable engine. The 2-liter diesel engine is extremely reliable. Don't give trouble, cheap to run. It also has a very good, reliable gearbox in it, as long as it's been maintained. Your iX35...
You're talking automatic gearbox or manual?
That'll be an auto. Okay. They'll all be auto. The iX35, I think, would be my second choice. My last choice would be the Tiguan, purely because of the gearbox in that car.
Yeah.
The Tiguan is a great car. We don't know which Tiguan he's talking about, which generation it is. So I'm assuming it's the newer, more squared off design than the previous generation, which was more rounded off. All of those Tiguans with the DSG gearboxes, anybody who watches the show knows my opinion. They're unreliable, they're foul, they're expensive to maintain.
And you're just talking about the gearbox there, hey?
Just the gearbox.
Just the gearbox,
The engines on those TDIs are fantastic. Very strong, very reliable, good. It let down. If Volkswagen just sort out that damn DSG gearbox, they would be selling a hell of a lot more. This is a design fault, in my opinion. They've designed something that is inherently unreliable. Sort it out, and it's been going on.
Yes.
It's going on for like 15 years now.
That's the point I
Sort
was
the
trying
damn
to
thing
make.
out.
I mean, you're a manufacturer.
Yeah.
You should know you have a flaw here.
Yeah. What worries me about this kind of a gearbox is that all the Chinese cars nowadays, what do they have in it? When you sell it, what gearbox has it got in it?
DCTs.
It's a dual clutch transmission, DCT, which is the same as a DSG. Are we going to see these problems that Volkswagen and Audi have now with gearboxes
In the Chinese
Chinese vehicles when they get to
not.
100,000? We'll find out. Watch the space. But I would say buy the Ford. I think it's a nicer car inside. I know I've had friends who've had them, have driven 300,000 Ks trouble-free in them. Solid interiors, really are superb cars to drive. If you guys are saying iX35, I think any of those two you went, you're going to have a great car.
Welcome back. Jacques from the Western Cape wants a reliable, comfortable SUV for school runs from the farm. His budget is between 200 and 250,000 Rand. He's considering a 2018 Hyundai Tucson, a 2017 Mazda CX-5, or an older model Mitsubishi Pajero or Pajero Sport. There you go, guys. Jacques is my man. I know what I'm putting him in, but let's go with you, Leon.
Well, look, you got two soft, like semi-off-roaders, and then you got two like more hardcore Dakar conquering kind of cars. So I think it's ladder frame chassis versus the others. So what he's gonna, I mean, the Mazda's awesome car, a brilliant all-round package, but it's a little bit boring, in my opinion. You know, your Mitsubishi Pajero is just awesome. I prefer the normal Pajero over the Sport. I don't like the shape of the Sport. I know you like the shape of that Sport from the previous shows. But it's going to go down to that old adage. You're going to just drive it, see it, experience the car, check what's going to suit you the best.
So here's my problem. Jack, 250 grand. You sell Mitsubishis. You know the trade-ins that come in. What do you buy for 250,000 Rand in a Mitsubishi Pajero Sport or Pajero?
It's going to be very difficult for him to get a Pajero
It's like Seggy, old and tired,
traded one
worn out.
No.
Last week.
Mitsubishi Pajeros don't get tired. They get old.
They don't get
No.
tired.
They
True.
don't get tired. Sorry.
At
still.
that price point, it's going to be difficult for him to actually get one.
He's got a
Decent.
2012.
Anything
Yeah.
decent.
On a
yeah.
2012.
Exactly.
3.3
Old,
liter.
That's
old.
quite old.
6
That's
years
quite
older
old.
than his 2018 Tucson.
2018 and 20, and those are newer
Tucson.
cars. Those,
Yeah.
but no, I those are all good options. But I would easily just be looking at the other two newer models. So I would
If you
definitely
look
go
at
for
the
the other
CX-5
two.
and the Tucson,
More comfortable rides. Yeah, those are
What
more
would-
comfortable
okay,
rides.
so
More
let's
he's
daily-
not
forget
going to
those
go
bit-
to
those
buy the
Mitsubishis.
farm. He wants from the farm. But
We know that Mitsubishi make good cars, but in that price bracket, if you set up your price range 500 grand, we'd say buy the Mitsubishi.
Yeah.
Cool. But your 250,000 rand budget doesn't buy you a good Mitsubishi, unfortunately, because it's, they were 800,000. By the time they get there, they must probably well over 200,000 Ks. And no matter how good they are, things are going to fall apart. So 2017 or 2018 Hyundai, Tucson, good cars. Mazda CX-5, excellent cars. I think out of all that bunch, there's only one. You've been mumbling it there. CX-5.
The CX-5.
Jack, do you agree?
Oh,
with
wait,
all-
also
but
go with
slow
the
down,
6.5.
guys.
Yes.
You're not answering his question. Or
I am.
what he wants. He doesn't want low-profile tires.
Don't have
No,
to
it
get
doesn't
that
have to.
price.
It's like a
Doesn't have to.
65 profile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a low profile. You only get that if you get the fancy, I think it's called the Kuri or whatever it is, the fancy model.
Yeah,
with
the top of the
low-
range 2.2 diesel came out with
yeah.
that.
So that, or the
Ikari,
2.5, the 2.5, I think it was called the titanium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But your normal base CX-5 2-liter, that's run-of-the-mill wheels.
The,
It'll be
the
a
nice thing
65
about
or-
that as well is you'll find a lot to choose from on the CX-5 because now there's, you'll find a lot on the second-hand car market in
Yeah.
that region. So you can go and choose. Do you want, what color do you want? What sort of wheels? Maybe you find one with low-profile tires that don't want that. Do you want a manual? Do you want an auto? You can choose that. That car is bulletproof. And because it's have a proven record of being reliable, you're buying an 8-year-old car, it's fine. It's going to be good. And remember, the other thing with Mazdas is when they came out, initially they had 3-year unlimited mileage service plans. So at least for the first 3 years of that
It's
vehicle,
serviced, yeah.
it was serviced because it was free. Everybody
Yeah.
takes their cars in for service. Get it done, it's free. But when you're paying for it, maybe they missed services and didn't get. And that's the
Yeah.
crucial time when you want to maintain a vehicle, when it's new. You decide, go drive them all and see what works for you. Next, Cullen is ready to move from his Suzuki Swift and wants a new or demo automatic SUV in the mid 300,000 rand price range. He's looking at Haval's latest Jolion models as well as demo Corolla Cross options. With an 80-kilometer daily commute and plans to keep the car long term, he's worried about Toyota's theft risk, which is I suppose, a bit of an issue, Haval's durability, and whether he can add features like front camera and front PDC aftermarket. Let's just say those things, yes, you can add them. That's a simple one. In terms of buying any car, you can add that stuff onto any car. So it doesn't matter what you buy. So Jack, let's go with you. Jolion or what is the other option he was looking at there? The anything in that sort of
Yeah,
price
that was
range,
the Corolla Cross.
350,000
Yeah.
rand.
So
Corolla Cross.
that's actually quite a tough one because, the Corolla Cross, we all know it's a bit high risk. It's one of the most stolen Toyotas currently in
Yeah.
SA. And then you're looking at Haval, which is really still building itself in the country. You'll still get some issues like parts availability and reliability in the long run. So it's kind of hard, but
So maybe go for the
Just
Grand
look at a
Vitara.
Bronx.
true.
Or the Grand
True.
Vitara.
Oh, the Grand
You
Vitara.
can still Grand Vitara
You'll
at that
find
price.
it in that price.
Francs
Whereas
is
the
nice and
Francs, you'll
high.
find a newer Francs
Yeah.
for
yeah.
389.
Definitely, you can get a top of the range for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
If he wants that type of vehicle and he's driven his Suzuki
Yeah.
and he's loved it and he's handing it down, I think, to his sibling. But hey,
But
if
a
you like
Francs-
the brand,
Yeah.
go drive the Francs and see if it meets your need.
But a Franks is also like basically a Baleno on stilts.
It's not basically, it is.
It is a Baleno.
It is, it
Baleno on
is.
It's a Baleno on stilts.
Well, it's-
So he must get something a bit bigger. The Grand Vitara would definitely be a good option. Or even...
Or you can even go for the Toyota option of that as well.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
the
the same
urban
product.
cruiser.
And
True.
just to
Urban
come
Cruiser
back,
or
guys, there's
the-
nothing wrong with the Jolion. If he's looking at the Jolion.
Yeah.
The Jolion, I must say, having driven the Jolion, I'm quite impressed with how it goes.
Yeah.
It's got a lot more power on it. It'll have a much worse fuel consumption than that of
True.
the Suzuki.
Yeah.
which
That's
is-
the thing, yeah.
I mean, you must probably talking 30% more. So if fuel consumption is an issue, you will get. So the upside is you get more power. The downside is your fuel consumption goes to.
Yeah, that's the word. Yes, that's the word. Right, that's the word. Yeah.
But
Goes to Port
they're
Chefs.
both cars. the thing with the Suzuki, like a Franx, I think it'll be long-term more reliable than that of a Jolyon. And you point out something very important. We don't know the reliability of these cars going on, where Suzuki's got years of experience, we know that they're reliable. The Haval, you don't know. All these new brands, you don't know how good they are. And sure, you get a good warranty with them. I think the Jolyon's got 7-year, 200,000 kilometer warranty.
Yep.
So you have that backing just in case you're a bit dubious about it.
And the service plan, sorry Adam, what's the service plan?
Well, you can always extend it.
Yeah, they all
Yeah.
got come
I think they're
575,000 something
What's
like
the use of a 7-year, 200,000 kilometer warranty if you're going to wait 6 months for a part or even 3 months for a part? You know,
But this is a problem we have with every manufacturer. You can have that.
I'll be slow with making every manufacturer liable here, Adam.
No, every
Not
manufacturer
every-
you can have, depends on the parts you're looking for.
True.
So, I mean, those are the things you weigh up. You know, you look at like a Jolyon, it's a bit more advanced, a bit more modern, a bit more power, but the downsides are higher fuel consumption. You may have a problem with parts, you may not. Just depends on what parts you need.
True.
Okay, so those are the options. Go and drive them.
Welcome back. Jocelyn from KZN has a well-kept 2003 Mercedes-Benz C200 with just 132,000 kilometers on the clock. It runs beautifully, but should he keep it or sell and buy something newer, more fuel efficient and with lower maintenance costs? He's considering a MG3 Comfort, Suzuki Swift GLX, or a used Suzuki Baleno, and wants to avoid polos for safety reasons in his area. You know, we've covered that already, Jack.
Yeah, we've covered that
So
already.
do you...
So
Jack,
what do you think?
Yeah, you take
I
a
would
old
advocate any day for the Baleno.
Yeah.
Any day I would
You
advocate
seem to like
for
the
the
car a
I
lot,
love
Jack.
that car. I love that car.
It's a good
I think
package.
it's an amazing package at an amazing price. Rather go for something that's well established already, that you know what. There's service centers all around that you can get. Availability is not going to be your problem.
Future resale value.
Future resale
all that
value.
kind of things.
Exactly. That was going to be my next point, actually. So, hands down, I would go with the Baleno.
Yeah.
Even if it's used.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do
Yeah,
you think?
Look, your Baleno is a cool car. It's the 4-speed automatic and a 5-speed manual. Well, I would much rather look at then putting him into like a Nissan Magnite, you know, the CVT 1-liter turbo.
I do have an opinion, though, on the Suzukis. I believe that when you're buying a Suzuki, go for the manuals. Unless you're going for the Grand Vitara that has a 6-speed. I am not a big fan of those 4-speed automatics.
Yeah.
They chow more fuel. They rev higher as well.
What you got to look at, I
You're going to
don't,
be more comfortable in a manual.
for me, I hear where you're coming from. For me, the 4-speed automatic, I don't have a problem with. If you're doing a lot of like town driving and stuff, buy the
Yeah.
automatic.
Yeah.
If you do a lot of highway driving, then maybe you want the manual. Because
Definitely.
it does,
Drones a bit, yeah.
it's fine when you're driving along doing 120.
Yeah.
But when you want to do 130 to overtake, then it does rev like mad.
Yeah.
I don't see a
Yeah.
problem with that 4-speed. You must remember, I always look at these cars and say, what were they designed for? They weren't designed to drive from Joburg to Cape Town or Joburg to Durban all the time. They are city cars, running around the city. But I'm with Jack here. If you want to change it, and you feel like you're going to feel like you got a bit of a downgrade from that Mercedes,
Yeah.
Yes.
and you go because that'll be a solid feeling car. You get into something that's going to feel a bit flimsy
That's
Bit
true.
lighter.
and lighter and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
it's not going to have the power, and it's not going to feel as solid on the road.
Yeah.
But again, look at how you're driving. If you're driving in and you're going to the shops and back, you're going to work and back, and you're driving a lot of traffic, the Baleno or the Toyota Starlet, which is the same car,
Yeah.
great options to have a look at. All right. And finally, Vijen wants our take on the 2025 Renault Duster 1.3 Turbo Zen. He's getting a great deal, has had good experience with Renault, and points out that the engine is shared with the Mercedes-Benz A200. That's nothing to be proud of. Should he consider other options or go ahead and just buy the Renault? I wouldn't be bragging about that. So, Jack, what's the price on a Duster nowadays?
That 1.3 TZ, that's 490. It's going for 490.
So we don't know what
Yeah.
kind of a deal he's getting. He says
Yeah,
he's getting a
yeah,
great
yeah.
deal. He could be getting it for 400,000 Rand, or he could
No,
pay
quite,
490.
that's all.
He could be getting it on a Black
Free,
Friday.
free,
Buy
yeah,
one,
not
get
400.
one free.
Can't see that.
Would, Leon?
Yeah,
You sell Jet Tour as well, don't you?
flat out.
Okay, so now I came to you with 500 grand. I'm going to get, I think,
No,
a
I can
hell of a
put
lot
you-
more Jet Tour than that.
No,
Duster.
sure. Look, I mean, your Jet Tour, you can put him into a dashing deluxe,
A dashing deluxe. Wow.
proper.
You can tell everybody you got a dashing deluxe.
Dashing deluxe, or you can say you've got the X70 plus.
Yeah.
That's
just one example.
And that's the deluxe as well. The
That's-
deluxe and momentum. But you're talking about full house cars.
Yeah.
Is it going for
Panoramic
490?
roof. No, it's going for less than that. But it's just
So it's less than
Less
Yeah,
than
less
490.
the value
Interesting.
proposition is stupid.
Yeah.
And that's why the brand is just
I would look at a Chinese vehicle as opposed to a Renault Duster. I think that, you know, the technology in it is cool in the Duster and it looks nice and everything. You don't see them on the road. And I always think, you know, in 4 or 5 years' time, when they don't manufacture the car anymore and it's got too expensive to bring it out here, nobody's going to want the car. You're going to struggle like hell to get any parts for it aftermarket. But if you went and bought a Chery, a Haval, a
Chinese
Jet
are
Tour,
just taking over.
MG, all these new brands that are coming, in 4 or 5 years, there's going to be a gazillion of them on the road.
True.
And you're going to get, I think, in long term, a better backup. Look at, there's good buys, and I think there's better buys. And
Yeah.
you've got to look at future. I see in my workshops what happens is guys that have bought cars that never sold a lot of them. You know, they sold 500 of those vehicles. When they're out of their warranty and they come and you want parts, and no aftermarket guys are bringing
Yeah.
any spares, so you've got to
You
go to the
back
dealer.
to the dealer.
And then the
then
dealer
you
says,
cough.
"Well, we didn't sell many of those cars, and none of the dealerships
Are
have got
carrying.
stock of it.
Yeah.
So we have to get the stock from the head office. That's 3 days, and you want a front shock absorber, and it's 12,000 rand, as opposed to, 1,200 rand."
That's all for this week's Buyer's Guide. If you have a motoring question, send it to buyersguide@ignitiontv.co.za. And remember to include a photo of yourself.
Leon, Jack, thanks for joining us today. It was really great having you here.
Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it. And thanks coming from all the way from Nelspruit. You didn't even bring us any peanuts. But anyway,
Mbumbela,
I'll get you guys
Mbumbela,
macadamias
take part.
next time I
Mbumbela.
come up again.
Thanks, guys.